Hey guys, what's going on? This is going to be my UI and add-on setup for what I use for both PvP and PvE. Got a lot of questions about it, so I figured I would just make a video and go over it. So recently I did change to plater profile instead of having base nameplates, but a lot of my UI is just base Blizzard UI. So let's get into this. So the first thing, we'll just go to our add-ons list. Now I do have a lot of cosmetic add-ons such as Auctionator and stuff, but I'll just go over the main ones that you will see that concern like play, I guess. So first we have details, which is our recount right there at the bottom left. I think most people will have this. I use details personally. Recount is also useful, but it's not as precise, I guess, or easy to read, maybe. Not sure. But yeah, I use details. And then method raid tools is for raiding. So that's for my raid leader to give us our weak orders and stuff. Then we have Plater. So Plater is what changes my nameplates on my mobs. So you might have recently seen it where it puts my debuffs on the right side and it puts anything that is kind of purgeable on the left side there. Now, when I say purgeables, I mean like small cooldowns, not like raid buffs such as Mark of the Wild or Sky Fury. Those won't show up, but like something like Blessing of Protection, or maybe a mob has a shield or something, small things like that, or things that should be purged are show up on the left hand side, which is very, very helpful. And this profile is actually called Jundys. So if you want it, it will be in the description. My friend gave it to me, my guildmate. He sent it to me a few weeks ago, and I started playing with it, and it's honestly just felt pretty good. So I will put it in the description. It's Plater and then Jundy's Plater profile. So very, very helpful and quite useful. And it also, if you're part of like a Mythic Plus group or something, it actually color codes mobs. So ones that have casts and ones that don't. So ones that you should be looking to interrupt and ones that don't cast at all type of thing. So it's very, very helpful and very easy to read. It's just you have to get used to the difference if you're using base plate UI. um, it doesn't show a shield on protected casts. It's just a different color than a regular cast. And if you don't have your interrupt, it actually changes the color of their cast part too to like an orange instead of like a green or something. So it's very, very helpful actually. It's kind of surprising. There's a lot there. So feel free to get this. You can also change it up a little bit. I have it set so if you go into advanced, you can take off minor units, you can take off minions, you can take off guardians, all that. If you're in PvP, I take off minor units. The reason why is for demo locks. If you're ever fighting a demo lock, they got a bajillion wild imps around. You don't need all those on your screen, so you just mark them off and you don't get to see them. It's perfect. And then you can take off pets if you want, but I don't know how that'll work with hunters and stuff. Sometimes you want to see them, mainly because you need to interrupt, let's say, a warlock succubus or something. And I believe guardians show up Siphons as well. So for my PvP viewers, that's very helpful. And then you can also get over to auto and change how you want things to show up. So I have mine only show up in combat. This will only show targets in combat with me or that are in combat. So you don't have random nameplates showing up everywhere and everywhere. So like if you're above mobs, like you're in like an elevator or something, and you got mobs up, you won't see the ones underneath you, so you can't accidentally click them, or the ones way off to the right and stuff like that. So very, very helpful. On to my next add-on, which is the big one, which is going to be Weakauras. That's the only other add-on I really use. Weakauras, it has all my shaman stuff. This is all on Wago. This stuff here, this liquid omega, my guild master paid for it, so we or I guess my raid leader paid for it, so we got it from him. So I can't really give those out, but I do have the shaman auras, which are mine, which I made. So I am still working on some of them. I got the 4 set for the new tier set, so that's built into here as well. So you'll see whenever you have Storm's Eye, which is pretty easy because it's whenever you Ascendance. And then I am still going to get in the Totemic one to place in, so just look for the update if you're into Totemic Enhancement Shaman. But yeah, that's basically it. If you notice that I have cast here, that is from Trophy GCD. That one is very, very helpful. It's honestly just for viewers, but it does help sometimes in case you're wondering. And if you ever like look back on your gameplay or something and you want to know what you pressed, you can grab it and it'll tell you because it shows it up whenever you press an ability. Sometimes it presses random stuff or even just weird things as well. But you can cue those out and things like that. But yeah, that's all the add-ons I use. Everything else is just base UI, even my arena frames. I used to use Gladius EX for arena frames, but honestly, I stopped using it and I feel like I've improved. Which is weird because I don't have all the information and stuff like that sitting here. I don't use Omni CD anymore, mainly because I felt like I was relying on it too much, as well as Omni Bar. Those are all helpful, especially if you're not as familiar with the game, like visual effects and stuff like that. So you want to know when a paladin uses wings or a warrior presses colossal smash or whatever, right? You might want that if you're not as familiar, but for me, it honestly, I felt like I was hindering myself. It was making myself worse. So I removed it and I slowly got better, started actually paying attention to the game rather than just my add ons. So it's kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, all my setup is right here in the edit mode. So I have my ability bars all here. I have my cast bar right between my two frames, as well as my target's focus frame. Um, and then I have my party frames. Raid frames are kind of meh, but I haven't set up the cooldowns yet. You can see it over here. I don't have that enabled. Uh, I haven't really looked into it since they changed it, but I might actually take a look at that and possibly start making something instead of having Weakauras. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, everything here is base UI. So it's actually very, very malleable. So honestly, it's really good. And some stuff doesn't actually work with like LVUI, for instance. So certain I think macros or something, or I can't remember. There was something that wasn't working with LVUI, so you couldn't do it. But I don't remember what it was now. But yeah, that's my whole setup. I know some of you are probably like, "Wow, you really don't have much," and that's right. I really don't. I don't have anything to tell me this. I don't have a fancy character screen or anything like that. I don't have a fancy talent manager, nothing like that. I just weak auras. I don't even have DBM or big wigs, for instance. Um, yeah, I just have weak auras and plater so far. So, and I've made it through mythic rating and, getting elite status in PvP as well. So if I can do it, you guys can definitely do it. And you don't need a whole lot of add-ons for it, but you do need experience. So that is one thing. But anyways, guys, that's my entire add-on and UI setup. This is the first time I'm doing a video like this, so let me know if it was helpful or anything like that. So, anyways, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully enjoyed, and hopefully this helps. Later.